Start at the front. Harmon.
Yes.
What is it?
X to the power 7.
X to the 7. Nice. 2. Harsh. 1 over a to the third. Excellent. 3. Green. B squared. Nice. 4. Jalem.
1 over m1.
You don't need the 1, just 1 over m. Cool. Marley.
X to the power 2.
X squared. 6. Kian.
1 over x cubed.
Nice. 7. Who'd I get to? Gagneet. N. 8. Who's at the back? Jazreet. 1 over a to the fourth. Sweet. 9. Damaris. N to the 6. Is Joy back there? No, I can't see her because she's not there. But even if she was there, I can almost never see her because Joseph's way taller than she is. And he sits closer. It's a perspective thing. Paul, 10. Nice. 11. Joseph. N to the 12th. 12. Who am I up to? Lena Goot.
1 over C4.
1 over C4. C4 is a dangerous explosive, so that's fun. 13. Amy.
Do we have to change into numbers or like
You could have left. You can leave it.
3 to the 12th over 5 to the 12th?
Absolutely correct. 14. Derek Moe. Mo money, mo problem. A squared over B squared. 15. Keegan. Sorry. There's an extra sound in that name. Power of 3. Absolutely correct. 16. Luke. This is a toughie.
So it's d to the 8th over c to the 8th.
Absolutely correct. Yes. 17. Jadwinder.
2b squared over 5 c squared.
So close.
2 squared.
There you go. 4b squared over 25c squared. C squared. C squared. C squared. C squared. There we go. 18. Who'd we get to? Harry. 9a squared b squared. 19. Daniel. N6 m to the 3. 20. Who are we at? Aronica.
1 over C12.
Oh, look at this. 21. Harprob.
X cubed and 1 over y.
Right. X cubed over y cubed. You could also have written, as she actually said, x cubed times 1 over y cubed. But we want it as simple as possible. Right?
So x to the x cubed is has a 1 under it. So
Yeah.
you multiply it.
Yeah.
You still get that.
Yeah. 22. Who are we up to? Caleb.
X to the power 1.
X to the 1. Do we write 1? Nope. So it's just plain old x. 23. Hallie. 1 over a to the 5th. 24. Rhea. B to the cubed. 3. Yes. Now, the printing got bad down here, so I'm just going to write them out. 1 x to the 1 over x to the 7th. And that, yeah, well, that's a negative 5 minus 2
Oh yeah.
is negative 7.
Oh, I thought that was
5 minus 5 is s to the 10th. And negative 8 minus 3 is 1 over b to the 5th. Now, I want to show you guys something. Right now, actually no, we'll finish the page off. Back to the good printing, up to the front. 29, Harmon.
I got 1 tomorrow.
1. 30. A to the 7. 31. M to the 8. 32. B to the 12. 33.
X8, Y5.
X8, Y5. 34. Kian.
1 over a times 1 b squared.
1 over A and b squared. Yeah. What Kian actually said was 1 over a times 1 over b squared. 1 times 1 is 1. A times b squared is ab squared because we want it as simple as possible. And Gagny? B to the 12th. Excellent. Now, I want to show you guys something that will help you out, I think. If it doesn't help you out, are you allowed to ignore what I'm about to tell you? Yes. If you don't want to use a tool that I give you, you say, no thank you. Just like if I give you a plate of Brussels sprouts, you say, no thank you, because they taste like bum. No, they don't. You're liars. They are disgusting. Stop it. Brussels sprouts are disgusting. All right. Okay. B to the 6th over b to the 3. Now, you guys automatically want to subtract this, yes? Because that's what we did. But when the questions get longer and more involved, oh, did I subtract? Do I add? Right? So let me show you a little trick that I use. Because a lot of times kids say, oh, Mr. Myers, how do you get those so fast? Because I'm not doing these step by step like you guys are. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I know in my head that this is B, 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 right? Right? And I know this is B, 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 right? So I know that I can cancel 3 of those. This would be a lot more effective if the computer was running. I can cancel those 3, so the bottom is gone, and I've used up 3 of those, so I got b cubed. Everybody with me? You don't actually have to subtract. Now, I find it most helpful when I have these. Because then, negative, subtracting, a negative, adding, blah, right? So what I do here is I say, okay, I can get rid of these 3 negatives, yeah? 3 negatives are gone. And so 3 of them are gone. So I got b to the negative 3, but it's in the bottom. That's not allowed. So where do I move it? Back up to the top. Everybody with me? I don't care what you do. If this bothers you and you got all the first page right, then don't do this. But if it helps you, and I notice that some of you are going, oh yeah, as I wrote it out, then you may want to consider using this. But do I care which you do?
No.
Not even the littlest bit. Because this is not elementary school. You can do your math any way you want as long as you get the right answer. Yes?
Okay, now I'm for some reason confused. Why is the 7, why did we start with b negative 3 and go up to b positive?
Because
Yeah.
technically, b to the negative 3 isn't allowed, right? So technically that should go down to the denominator, right? And b to the negative 6th isn't allowed, so it should reciprocate back up to the top. And then cancel 3 of them, and you're left with b3 in the numerator. That's all I did. Okay? Okay. All right, who'd we get to? Jazreet, did we get to you? All right, Damaris, page 99. Oh, Wayne Gretzky. A. That font. I can't remember what it's called. Can't remember what that font is. It might be geometric. No, it's not geometric. It's mathematics boredom. I don't know why it's called that. Because everybody knows that there's one thing that math isn't. It's not boring. Shut it. I know it's true. Math is awesome. All right. A. Damaris, hit me.
Bracket, negative a, bracket,
To the 9th. Right. And G. Paul, hit me. 1 over negative G to what power? 6. Nice. 2. Who are we up to? Lena Goot.
Wait,
Hold it. Luke.
yeah,
What?
I am a little confused because we did always adding.
That's division, dude. Okay, but let's stop for a moment and think about this for a second.
It looked like an addition symbol to me.
I'm well aware of what it looks like, but let's just stop and think for a second. Is there an exponent law for adding? No. A. Lena Goot.
W to the fifth.
W to the fifth. C. Amy. That's division. But Amy knows.
Bracket negative S bracket to the 12th.
Negative S to the 12th. 3. Derek Moe.
X squared.
X.
Or 1 over x squared.
No. Just X, dude. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Keegan. E. Close. Y to the fifth. 3 minus minus 2. G. Jad Winder.
X to the 6.
Close. That's a negative. So it's 1 over x to the 6th. And K. Luke.
That would be. Making sure I did it right. Yeah, 1 over x to the 6.
1 over x to the 6th. Absolutely correct. Daniel. Uh-oh. 5. Sucks when you get one when you get the first of the hard ones.
What about 4?
We didn't go 4.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, we did it. 4A. Daniel. X, Y. Absolutely right. 4I. Harry. E squared F to the 14th over G to the 10th. Nice! Woo! Boy, don't get too close to Harry, guys. You catch on fire.
I tried to draw one of your fancy G's and it looked like an 8.
Okay. How is my G fancy?
No, the G in the font is all loopy.
Oh. Okay. 5. Who do we get to? Veronica.
3A squared over.
A squared over B to the 5th. Abso-smurfly correct. Harprob, 6A.
18x to the y.
Whew. It's like I don't even need to teach. Caleb.
1 over n to the 4th.
Yeah. And Hallie.
Y to the 3rd over x to the 9.
Y to the 3rd over x to the 9th. Woo! Computer's frozen. Good thing the computer's frozen. You guys are so hot. Seven. Who do we get to? Rhea.
X over y 6.
Yeah. Back to the front. Harmon, hit me. 5A cubed B 5th. Nice. E. Harsh. Pardon me? 3D to the 7th over C squared. Whoo, doggy. And Green. Nice. B squared, brother. B squared. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2.
Okay, I'm gonna get straight.
Yeah, that math, man. All right, 9B.
I see how.
Jalem.
It's 6 over 8. I guess wrong.
Come on. 6 over 8 is 8.
Yes, abso-smurfly correct. Number 11, Marley, 11D.
20 feet to the 6, 2 to the
Oh,
Is that wrong?
no. That 3 goes where?
It goes on the P and Q.
And the 4.
And the 4, not the Q.
So it's negative 64 P3 Q3 times negative 5 P3. So it's 320 P6 Q3. Holy smokes. And Kian, C. M to the 6th and n to the 0, so we just leave it. Yeah. That's right. Nice. And F, who do we get to? Gagny. Ooh. Where does that 2 go? To the 5 as well, because it's in brackets. So that's 25x4y squared times 27x6y12. 25 times 27 is 675, x10, y14. So, more than one person has forgotten that the exponent on the outside goes to everything in the brackets. Why do you think I put so many of these on the practice? Because what do you think my classes screw up on the test? Forgetting that the number gets the exponent as well. 12, who'd we get to? Damaris, hit me, 12a. It's a little hard to read. Those look like negative 5 and negative 4, but they're not. You may want to go in 2 steps.
Yeah, I have stuff written down, but I don't know if it's A or B.
Oh, okay. Well, A is 6x to the 6th, y to the 6th over 4, x squared y to the 5th. Then 6 over 4 becomes 3 over 2, x to the 4th, y. That's the final answer. 12b. I just have an answer.
Yes. When we have 6 to the 4th, so we're just simplifying.
Of course you're just simplifying.
What's the reasoning behind that? Why do we do that?
Same reason we simplify all fractions.
Okay.
To simplify them.
It's just a fraction.
It's just a fraction. Because this is really 6/4 times x to the 6th over x squared times y to the 6th over y to the 5th.
Okay, so we just simplify it like we would any other thing.
Yep.
I'm just simple.
Yeah, imagine that, math having a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it works once, it works every time. B. First step. What do you got to do with that 2? It's got to apply to everything. So that negative 4 becomes what? No. Negative 4 squared.
16.
Positive 16 times negative 3 is negative 48. P squared plus P squared is P to the 4th. Q cubed squared is Q to the 6th plus Q to the 5 is Q to the 11th over 8P4Q4. Now we tidy it up. Negative 48 divided by 8 is negative 6. P4 minus P4 cancels. 11 minus 4 is 7. Q to the 7th. Is that negative 6 allowed to be there?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a whole number we don't look
Because
at.
it's a base. The negative part is what confuses people. Because on your test, some of you are going to move that. No matter how many times I say negative bases are allowed, you only have to move negative exponents. Some of you on your test are going to move that. Even though I have said it countless times, and even though I have recorded right now saying some of you are going to do that. On your test, when I mark it, I'm going to find that, and then I'm going to do this. I cannot do that for very much longer. I am losing brain cells.
Yeah.
Not at the rate I am. I play contact sports, and I'm 43. And I've played contact sports for 30 years of my life. You think I can spare much brain cells? Plus, I had my 20s at university. You think I got brain cells to spare?
No.
Exactly. But it's okay, because I continue to learn to do new things,
But what does that have to do?
which is what makes you stay smart.
Oh, Oh, I thought that was because you were drinking so much, and then that's when brain cells. Yeah, okay. Because like a lot of like, especially in the States, a lot of people during the university times have like parties, and then they drink a lot, and like drinking is not very good for like, brain cells.
At any rate, that's why I do karate, because people think that if you just learn new stuff, your brain will stay active. But that's not actually true. A lot of people think, oh, if I do crossword puzzles, my brain will never turn to mush. That's not true. You actually have to learn new stuff that is physical. You have to teach. Your brain has to learn something new and then transfer it to your body, and that's what keeps your brain working. That's why the oldest people in the world are often people that live in the eastern sort of countries like Asia, because they spend a lot of time learning new stuff and doing physical stuff their whole lives. They don't sit in front of a screen.
That's where martial arts came from.
Yes, that's why old people do Tai Chi, and they live forever.
Oh yeah,
Just start doing Tai Chi now.
What?
Yeah, there's also.
You guys did Tai Chi? That's wicked. All right, okay. Listen.
Oh, that's crazy.
Brain cells. All right, so that is -5, 2 cubed, so that's 8. So that's -40. X to the 4th plus x cubed is x7. 5 plus 6 is y to the 11th over 100 x6 y16. 40 over 100 becomes -2 over 5. 7 minus 6 is x, and 11 minus 16 is y to the 5th.
Okay, I just didn't simplify that part again. That's good. I got the basics down.
Luke, if I went and told Mrs. Bad Crumble that you weren't simplifying fractions, she would be livid. Wouldn't she?
No, that'd be Mrs. Wilson. I mean, I feel that every kid has had a teacher that has this name like Mrs. Wilson or something, but she's the one who taught me how to simplify fractions.
And I know for a fact that Mrs. Wilson said, every chance you have to simplify, you simplify.
Yeah.
Every chance. I know she said that.
Or everyone's had kind of a stereotypical teacher name, right? You know?
Yeah,
Miss Wilson sounds like
I know.
that everyone's
That's why I say use Mrs. Bad Crumble.
I've never heard of that.
That's because you guys had young elementary school teachers, some of you. Every single elementary school teacher I ever had was old. Some of them really old. Like, really old. But some of them, but of course you got to remember when you're in elementary school, you're like 10, so 40 seems really old. Right? Like you guys think I'm really old,
No,
but I'm not.
you're not.
So,
Really old is like 70s.
okay, so let's look at this very, very first one. What do you need to take care of first? You should simplify the brackets. So let's simplify there. So we're not touching anything else, right? So I'm not going to be lazy. -x squared y to the 4th over -x to the -1 y to the -2 times, now I'm simplifying, 2 to the -4 x to the -20 y to the -20.
What about the 2?
We'll get to that. Now, where is it still ugly? Where should I simplify? The denominator again, right? The denominator is made up of two things, x's and y's, variables, and a number, right? So let's deal with it all. The number is very easy to deal with. 2 to the -4. Where does it go? Up, because it's got a negative. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to move that up, and it's going to become 16, right? 2 to the 4th. Yeah? Now I've done nothing else to the top. -x squared y to the 4th. Yeah? variables. X to the negative 1, x to the negative 20. I add them. Negative 21, right? So I've got negative x, because that negative isn't part of the base. It's telling me the whole bottom's negative to the 21, negative 21. Yeah? Okay. And y to the what?
22,
Negative 22. Yeah? Okay. Now, do I need to do anything with the number? Nothing with the number, so I just got to deal with the letters. Oops, I should have used a different color. Sorry. Let's deal with the letters. Now, what do you see here and here? Is that a monkey? Oh my good. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay. We've had the excitement of a monkey visiting. Okay. There's a negative base on the bottom and a negative base on the top, which means you have a negative divided by a negative, right? So what happens? It cancels out, so the negatives are gone. 2 minus 21 is what? 23. X to the 23. 23. 4 minus 22. Y to the 26. And 16 out front. Then we check. And oh look, 25 and 26. 23 and 26. Everybody good? Now please notice it took a lot of writing. Stop not writing. Okay? You guys can't keep 37 steps in your head. I know this because if I ask most of you your phone numbers, you don't know them.
I know it. I know 2 phone numbers. 604-997-8544 is my mom's cell. 604-858-8088 is my home.
Nice.
604-604-556, that's impressive.
See, for you to think that is impressive is exactly the point I'm trying to make.
It was a joke.
Was it?
No, yeah.
Was it?
I know like all my phone numbers.
Okay.
540.
All right. So let's look at the next one.
Is there a place where the area code is 911?
No. Now, in this one, I have a numerator to simplify and a denominator to simplify. The numerator is going to be, now, tricky, use your brains. This negative x is going to be to the 4th, right? So what's going to happen to it? What happens when a negative base goes to an even exponent?
It's positive.
It's positive. So even though that negative isn't part of this part of the base, right? That part would still be negative x to the 4th. It would still be negative, wouldn't it? But because it's in brackets, that whole thing is going to get to the positive 4. So that negative is going to be used 4 times. So it's going to end up positive. Everybody with me? So the top of this, the numerator, becomes x to the 16th and y to the negative 16th. Is everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you can start moving stuff around this early if you know what you're doing. If I want to, I could move this y down here right now and just add it into this. But if you don't write it down, you're going to make an error. That is why at the beginning of your practice time, I suggest leaving everything where it is until the end. Now let's look at the bottom, which I've highlighted in blue. Negative 2 times positive 2 is what? Negative 4. X x to the negative 4. What do I do with the x and the x? Add them. What is 1 plus negative 4? Negative 3. X to the negative 3. What is 1 plus 5? Y to the 6th. Now we tidy it up. Are there any other numbers? No. So the negative 4 is not moving. Now, that just means that one part of the fraction is negative, which means that negative could be right in the middle, or you could put it at the top. They're all the same thing. Okay? Now, x's, 16 minus 3. No. 16 minus 3 is 19. 19 is positive, so it's not going anywhere. Negative 16 minus 6. Negative 22, so it has to go down to the denominator. Now, when you look at the answer for this, you're going to see that the negative sign, they have moved it right to the middle. And that's okay. All right? Is everybody good? Slow and steady wins this race.
It's a lot to remember.
It's 7 laws. Right? Really. It's 7 laws. Everything else you already know. So let's look at the next one. Simplify everywhere you can. Can I simplify there?
Yeah.
What's that?
N to the 20.
N to the
Positive 20.
negative 20. That's a negative 4, right? Then can I simplify there?
Yep.
What's that?
M to the negative 25.
M to the negative 25 and n to the 15, right? That's my numerator. Now, can I simplify there again? Where? The n's, right? Negative 20 plus 15 is n to the negative 5. So my numerator is m to the negative 25, n to the negative 5, over. Did I do anything down here?
Not yet.
Not yet. Negative n, m to the negative 2. Now, please notice I wrote them in different orders. Does that matter? No. M's go with m's. What's negative 25 minus 2?
Negative 23.
So I've got m to the negative 23. And what is negative 5 minus 1?
Negative 6.
N to the negative 6th. Is either of that allowed?
Yeah.
They're both negative.
Oh.
So they must go to the denominator.
I got that.
And what about that guy?
He goes away.
He doesn't go away. He can either go here, here, or right in the middle. I believe in the answers they put it right in the middle. That was number 3, was it not? Yep, see? Right in the middle.
So it doesn't matter where it goes, it just means that maybe part of the fraction.
Yep. Just like 1 over negative 2 is the same as negative 1 over 2 is the same as negative 1/2. Those are all negative 0.5, right? Everybody good? Now, 4 is crazy town. I usually deal with everything in here before I deal with that 3.
Yeah, it's easy. Oh, I put the 3 down first.
That's fine. There's no wrong way to do it. But if you bring that 3 in, you got to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots.
It makes it easier after.
Okay, if that's how you want to play it, that's fine. I won't say it's wrong. But I like to tidy up the inside first. Now, your choice. You want to keep with this while we're working on it and deal with our tests tomorrow? Or should we stop this?
Don't we only have like 5 more minutes?
You have like 12 more minutes. Keep with this? All right. So, what do you guys want to do here? Where do you want to start? The numerator or the denominator?
Numerator. Numerator. I don't know.
I would rewrite this so it was in alphabetical order. That's just something I like to do. There's nothing to do here, so I'm going to tidy up the bottom. What can I do with 2 and negative 2? No, because it says right there I am multiplying them, Jalen.
Oh, okay.
So what is it? Negative 4. What do I do with all the A's down there now? Add them up. What's 5 plus 3? 8 minus 1? 7. What do I do with all the B's? B to the negative 8. That's all tidied up now, yeah? Okay. Now, can I work up and down? 2 and negative 4 becomes negative 1/2. 3 minus 7 is what? Negative 4. So I got to have a to the 4th there. And b in negative 8 becomes b to the 9th. There, yes? Now, all of that is what? Cubed. So, the negative 1 stays negative 1, but it becomes b to the 27th over, what's 2 cubed? 8, a to the 4th, and that whole thing is what? Negative. Check your work, find out where they put the negative, right in the middle, 27 and 12. Just like, oh, I forgot to do 3 times 4. Sorry, guys. Now, I submit, when Luke and I were talking, that I personally find this to be easier to cube than this.
Mine was really close though.
But it's a matter of preference. Okay? So, everybody try has everybody tried 5? Okay, everybody try 5 and 6, and that's probably where we'll end the day, and you'll finish this for homework.
I would use 2. But I would think it would be. I would think. But I think that would be so rude if you were able to send it in, and then she would just present it in the whole class. Because I think most reasons why a lot of us just don't want to do classes is because we don't want anyone else outside of her to know about it.
Okay. What should I do? Where should I go to simplify number 5? Is there simplification to be had in the numerator? Yes or no?
C.
Yes. So let's simplify the numerator. 2x what?
What? Where did it go?
2x what?
Square.
No.
Oh,
2x cubed. Y?
I thought you were writing it down first.
Y?
Just Y.
Just y. Excellent. Over. Is there numerator or denominator simplification to be had?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Negative 2, and that's the base to the negative 5th. X to the
Negative 5.
negative 5, and y to the negative 15. Now, deal with the numbers. There's a number. Where does that negative 2 have to go?
Up.
Up. So now I have negative 2 to the positive 5. What's negative 2 to the positive 5? Negative 32 times 2 again. Negative 64. Now I deal with the x's. 3 minus 5. X to the 8th. Then I deal with the y's. 1 minus minus 15. Y to the 16th. Then you check. Are we good? Negative 64, 8, 16. Look at that. Everybody good? All right, look at 6. Luke likes to move that 4 in now. Do I? I like to tidy up inside first. If I was tidying up inside first, I would obviously start with the denominator, because that's where there's simplification to happen, right? So the top, 2xy to the 5th. The bottom, x to the 8th, y to the 3rd. Continue to tidy that up. 1 minus 8 is negative 7, right? So 2 over x to the 7th. 5 minus 3 is 2y squared. And all of that is to the 4th. Where does that 4 go? Everything. 2 to the 4th is 16. Y to the 8th. X to the 28th. Now, hopefully by now, you are starting to see that as you look at this more and more, you start to see that it gets easier and easier. Just like everything.
I just grew up in the little steps along the way.
I know. But that's why you practice. So you guys finish 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's your homework tonight. You have the answers to check it. And we'll go over the tests tomorrow.